Good afternoon, 819S. Today I am in Atsugi. I needed to go visit someone in the hospital. So we had to drive out this way. My wife is with me, and now we're headed home. It's 28 degrees with a high of 29, so it's not super hot today. It's actually pretty comfortable. The person we visited is okay. They're going to have surgery tomorrow, so we think everything will be alright. But, of course, just checking in. Take care. And today I want to talk about my cat. So in the house we had 3 cats. One of them passed this year. I'll talk about her, or I'll talk about him tomorrow. And then today I want to talk about one of the other cats. So this cat's name is Candy. Candy is an American Shorthair. My wife found her at a pet shop, but she wasn't for sale at the pet shop. She was in the back area. And the reason she was in the back area is that she had a heart condition. I believe my wife said Shinzo Hidai, which would translate to something like an enlarged heart. And then another doctor told us it's called Valentine heart. Valentine heart, like the name would imply, is very large on one side and very small on the other. So the shape of the heart is not correct or not natural. And I heard that this heart condition is usually fatal. Depending on how severe the problem is, the pet can live from anywhere from 1 or 2 years to 6, 7, 8 years. Maybe a little longer, we're not sure. So, boy, I'm not good with dates, and today I can't really remember, but I want to say 2017 is when we got her. The original doctor, the very first doctor that checked up on her, said that she would live 2 years and then she would probably pass. So, obviously, a cat that will have such a short life is not really easy to sell for a pet store. Even if she could have a little bit of a longer life, there's no real guarantee. So she basically was sitting in the back of the pet store, and I think they were just going to let life play out. I don't think they had any intention of trying to sell her or anything. And my wife haggled with the manager for a few weeks, and finally the manager agreed to let us bring her home. Basically, we take the pet off of their hands, so that's a little less responsibility on them every day. They don't have to buy food and pay for medicine and take care of any other health conditions. So, by taking her home for free, we save them money. They wouldn't make any money, but they probably couldn't anyways, right? And we brought her home, and, well, actually, let me say, the first day that we saw her, she really loved me. I don't know what it is, but anything with my smell on it, she seems to run over to really quickly. It's a little mysterious, I think. There's the KTM shop in Atsugi, but it looks empty. Oh no, KTM, what happened to you? Oh, I know what happened to KTM, but I'm sad. When she came to our house, she immediately ran to anything that was related to me. She loved sitting on my motorcycle clothes, anything with my smell on it. So I think I was really happy that she was there. We had 2 other cats at the time. One of the cats seemed to really like her, and the other cat and her seemed to not get along very well. So we had to be a little bit careful letting the cats play with each other. And in the beginning, we were also worried about some kind of disease spreading between them, so we tried to keep them isolated and separated as much as possible. So basically, Candy lived in my room, and the other cats could have free access to any other room in the house. We didn't want the other cats to potentially fight with her or get her so excited that it would get her heart beating really fast and potentially, hurt her. So we kept them separated all the time. And she stayed in the cage when we weren't home, and then we let her out of the cage when we did come home. And that went on in our house for a few years, and we were happy because when the 2-year mark, she still seemed really, in Japanese they say genki. She seemed very genki, very active, very lively. She didn't seem to be sick or anything like that. And yeah, it was good. She didn't have as much freedom to play. She was still kind of locked up in a cage, but we did let her out, and we did buy her toys, and she did sleep with me and stuff like that. So she was so happy. We moved to our new house. We need a room that's just for her. So basically, my bedroom again, since she's the most comfortable around me, it seems. My bedroom was the room that she slept in, and yeah, her life was really, really good. One day, there was a little bit of an incident. She had escaped from my room, because she's always trying to escape or go out or do something. She had escaped from my room, and she was running around. Then she ran back into my room and jumped to the top of her cage, and she was breathing really hard, and then she just lost consciousness and just fell. She just fell off the top of the cage. The cage must be about 2 meters, a little over 6 feet high, and fell straight to the ground. I was far enough away that I couldn't catch her. You could hear the thud as she hit the ground, and when I picked her up, she was motionless. She wasn't moving at all, and I thought, okay, that's it. This is her end. And I grabbed her. I took her downstairs to where my wife was, because my wife had worked in an animal hospital. I thought maybe my wife knew some way that we could revive her. And then in my hands, she just woke up. And it seems like a miracle. They say cats have 9 lives. That was one of her lives for sure. And then we were extremely concerned. Her movement and action and stuff like that was extremely slow and unusual for the next 30 minutes to 1 hour. And then gradually, she started acting normal. And then when she seemed fully recovered in about 2 hours or 3 hours, she wanted to play again. And we're just like, yeah, no, we're not playing. You definitely need to calm down. You need to rest. You need to relax. And yeah, we kept monitoring her health condition for a while. She seemed to be okay after that, so we're not exactly sure what had happened. Maybe overactive heart, not quite a heart attack, because she did wake up without any, for lack of a better word, CPR or other kind of a special treatment. And then, yeah, my wife was playing with her a few weeks after that, and there was a little toy on a stick, and my wife was playing, and she ended up playing a little bit too hard. Again, not my wife's fault, definitely. Candy just gets super excited about some things, and she lost consciousness, and then she woke back up, and she was breathing really hard, and drool was coming out of her mouth. Again, we thought we had lost her. Thankfully, she has been okay since then. But she woke back up. We, again, held her. We took good care of her. And then after that, we don't really bring in cat toys. We don't really play with her. We don't get really aggressive. We don't let her see the other cats almost ever, because she might end up getting a little bit too excited, and then might end up overworking her heart. So I think it's kind of a mixed thing. We're happy that she's alive, but we're sad because we have to keep her isolated from everybody. But she's been Genki and active for a long time. So yeah. And there's even a video we took at our house in Sagamiono. She had something fun that she did. She's basically a ninja. She would climb to the top of her cage, kind of like a monkey almost. And then when she wanted to get down, she would walk straight down the side of the cage, pressing her body against the wall, and her head would be facing down, and she would just walk slowly. We did have some toys on the wall, like as a decoration, and we didn't want her to scratch the toys, so we would put pet sheets on the side of her cage so she couldn't really scratch the toys too much. And yeah, she would play with that sometimes. She'd scratch the pet sheets up just to have fun. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. I'll try to post that video here in the the video. And yeah, as of today, she's still active and happy and healthy. She still really only loves me. If my wife walks in the room, she doesn't really care too much. If I walk in the room, she's always excited and she'll run over to me. She does want to play with the other cat that's still in the house, but the other cat is the one that will attack her. For a little while, before the other cat passed, Sora is the one who passed. Before Sora passed, we would let we would let him in the room with her sometimes, because he would play kind of gentle with her. He would fight and they would get a little worked up, and then they would kind of lay down and rest together, and they'd get a little worked up. He seemed to be conscious of her health, because he wouldn't let her get really, really worked up. So it's really fascinating to watch animals interact with each other. They can sense things and intuit things that you don't always expect that they would be able to. But yeah, he was a great cat. I'll talk about him tomorrow. So yeah, that's Candy, and we hope she keeps living longer and longer and longer. Yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you get out there and ride, and definitely ride safe. Let's see if there's a good mountain view. Nope, too low. Alright, see you guys in the next one.